Hello, welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Tracy Winters from Doggone Chic Pet Grooming. Welcome, I love that name.
Yes, and you pronounced it correctly. Thank you very much.
Well, that's good. That's good. We're off to a good start. All right, so why don't we just start with an overview of your business? You're in North Carolina.
Yes, sir, I am.
And go ahead.
Okay, well, I am a pet grooming business.
Right.
And right now I work solely by myself. My business has only been operating just a hair over 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I am a pet groomer, which most people think of just basically dogs and maybe cats, which is primarily what I get. But I would love to get into other animals. I've got colleagues that have done rabbits, guinea pigs, and then there's people that one area that I would really love to get into is grooming horses, because you can
I was
really
going to ask about that.
Yeah, you can
I have
do
a friend
some
in Carolina who has horses.
Yeah, and you can do some really neat stuff on a horse, just putting some really neat designs on the horse that are just make the horses are already very majestic animals, but you get these neat patterns on them and they just really...
Like you see at the horse shows.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And now you're in Elizabeth City, is it?
Actually Camden County,
Okay.
which is just outside of Elizabeth City.
Okay. All right. And now you when you started your business, you trained for this. I mean, you just didn't learn, you didn't go and learn at another grooming salon from somebody. You actually went to school for this.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
I preferred to go that route, but yes, I did. Okay. I had an opportunity, which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to get into pet grooming, because it would have meant traveling to go to school. And I just was not in a position to be able to do that, both financially and the fact that I was married. And so when I found an online school that offered the courses for dog grooming and everything, I jumped at the chance.
Okay.
Best decision I ever made.
All right. So if you go to school for this, versus, I know we talked a little bit beforehand, you were telling me some of the differences between just going and working for a pet groomer and learning from them versus going to school learning. Mm-hmm. Can you give us what's the benefits of going to school learning?
Well, I think that as people become more proficient in their job, no matter what that job may be, they learn their shortcuts. They learn their ways of doing things, and as they go along, they actually become so proficient in what they're doing. They kind of skip over the basics. And I didn't want to just start from somebody else's shortcuts, whether those shortcuts were recognized through the industry as being okay or not. I wanted to be able to start from the ground up. I wanted to learn fundamentals. I wanted to learn those fundamentals correctly, so that as my proficiency progressed, I could build on those fundamentals, and that was important to me.
Okay, and it sounds like a smart decision, but because you're in an unregulated industry, correct?
Yes, sir. It is currently unregulated.
Okay, all right, and that can present some problems.
Yes, it can.
Mm-hmm.
When a business is unregulated, it's kind of like that. What they say, somebody can just go buy a shingle and hang it out and call themselves something, whether it's well, it wouldn't be a dentist, but in any industry where it's unregulated, you can just go out and put a shingle up and call yourself whatever you want to, and practice whatever you really want to, and that has happened, and that's why I would really like to see, and I think that's the attitude that where the trend is going, is regulating pet grooming.
I think when we were talking beforehand, and you were saying that one of the dangers of because it's unregulated is that you can have people that don't know what they're doing. And a lot of times, maybe, they're not bad people. They just don't know what they don't know.
Correct.
And so there can be some problems that could happen with in any business, but certainly within yours when you're dealing with animals, that if you're not aware of what the dangers could be or what was the proper way to do it, then it could cause a problem. But having the training that you've gone through, that allows you to do things differently?
Yes, sir, it does. And first and foremost, I would like to say that just because someone has been through pet grooming through a school, through formal training, doesn't mean, first of all, that there aren't talented groomers out there. I'm not saying that there aren't, because there are. But going through a school, like I said, you learn fundamentals. You learn things that you know you're not supposed to do, and you know this is the one thing that school teaches you. You're not learning just how to groom pets, but you're learning how to do things and why you do them this way and what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what I like. I like knowing why I'm doing something the way that it's supposed to be done. I like to know the reason behind that. I like to know what I'm doing. And having that basic fundamental knowledge, I can expand on that and still know that I'm fundamentally correct with what the industry expects of me.
So what is your favorite kind of animal to do? Do you have a preference?
No, I don't have a preference on the type of animal I like to do, but I can tell you there are several trends in grooming right now pertaining to dog grooming, particularly, and utilizing several different styles of grooming. And one of my most favorite styles of grooming now fuses regular American styling with Asian styling, a term that we call Asian fusion. And I love this style of grooming. I mean, I like doing the standard breed styles because you have to be very knowledgeable in the dog's anatomy. It's very regimented, so to speak.
There's a lot more to grooming than people realize.
Yes, sir, but in this particular style, it allows the groomer to be a lot more creative. And I love that creative outlet because it's any job that you have where you're allowed to express yourself is ultimately very rewarding for me. And this particular style of grooming, I love it for that fact because it allows you to be creative and show a little bit more of your own personality in your work.
And what services do you offer?
Well, I offer all of the customary salon services, you know, the bathing, the hair cutting, the brushing, matting, taking out mats or tangles, what most people would refer to as tangles, treating for parasites of the skin, such as your fleas, ticks, that type of thing, trimming the nails, brushing their teeth, making sure that the sanitary area is clean so that they don't have buildup of feces or urine. You know, all of those typical things that you would expect. In addition to that, like I said, I offer this style of grooming that fuses American and Asian styling together, which I just adore doing. In addition to that, I also, on a very limited basis, I provide boarding for my clients. I will do doggy daycare for clients. And I'm getting ready to expand my business into house call grooming. And that is where I take my salon into a person's home. And the benefits to this are that you don't have to drive someplace to drop your...
You don't have to tell me the benefits.
Oh,
I've got 2 dogs. I know.
Oh, okay, great.
I know, that would be great. So that would be good. So you're getting ready to start that part of it?
Yes, sir. I'm in the process of expanding that part of my business.
Okay,
so yes.
cool. All right. So what's the importance of keeping a pet groomed? I think you just rattled off a number of things, but
yeah, I think most people think that grooming a dog has really nothing, no value to it except for aesthetics, and that is wholly not correct. Keeping your dog well groomed fights off, keeps their skin in good shape. So we're talking about whether, even if a dog has short hair, short fur, not just dogs with long hair. But yeah, it keeps the skin healthy. It keeps the shedding down. Keeping the hair cut if it's a breed that has long fur, long hair, keeps the dog from developing mats. And most people today, with everybody working, most people don't have a whole lot of time to donate to maintaining their pet. And so taking them to the groomer so that they can keep the hair cut into a style that's easily maintained by the owners is really important, because mats can actually be painful to an animal. It causes bacteria to breed in the tangles. Bugs can get in there and live and thrive. Not to mention, little burrs and things that you can pick up from plants can get stuck in the fur, and all of these things can make an animal very uncomfortable. So yeah, they can develop oral hygiene problems, problems in their ears. And so all of these things are very important to keep up on your animal, on your pet, on your beloved pet.
Do you get to know a lot of your clients?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'm talking about the dogs or the cats.
Yes, sir,
I do. The people, obviously.
Yes, sir, I do. And that's what's rewarding too, because for a pet to accept you, to trust you, is very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Well, I think they gotta know that you. I think they can sense that. So
that you love them and that you care for them, and
Yeah.
they don't have any reason to be afraid of you. That is, for any animal, that is really rewarding.
Did I cover everything, or you got something else that you thought of that you'd like to mention?
Well, I would like to mention that my business did recently get accredited with the Better Business Bureau, so I'm just really excited about that. And I would also like people to know that I am a member in good standing with the National Dog Groomers Association of America. And this is an association that caters to people who want to keep up with industry standards in pet grooming. And that's something that's very important to me. Yes, I have been through school. I value that education very much, but as with anything, the industry changes. New things are introduced, whether it be equipment, how to do something, where to get your supplies, anything like that. And so I like to stay abreast of anything new and upcoming in the area of pet grooming. That's important to me.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have a pet, from a dog, a cat, a rabbit, or a horse, or anything in between, you can give Tracy a call. Her contact information is at the end of this video, and it's also on the bottom of this page. And I'm sure she would be able to help you out, and tell you how she could help you out.
I would love to help you out.
There you go. She'd love to help you out. So, well, thank you very much for coming in. I wish you a great deal of success.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right.
Nice talking with you.
Nice talking to you.